Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Memphis Cat is back with his Heaven on Earth tour.
I tried to be incognito, but thanks to Shannon Sharp's loud mouth, the gig is up.
February 22nd in the FedEx Forum.
In my spare time, I infiltrate the Illuminati. Look for their secrets. Run back. Tell y'all.
Don't miss this year's most talked about comedy icon live. He's back with brand new material, an unmatched wit, and an electrifying performance. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
A night of comedy with Sebastian Maniscalco and Jim Gaffigan.
Now, is this a family? Is this your mother? Where is she? Is she in the crowd? You don't know where your mom is. The mom's up there. What kind of family is this? I'm sorry.
Sebastian Maniscalco and Jim Gaffigan.
I went ziplining for the last time. What is wrong with us? Would you pay $200 to feel like you're about to die 6 times?
Live in Memphis, FedEx Forum, Friday, February 21st. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Congratulations to the Titans. All of their misery and woe will pay off with the #1 pick.
You got the #1 overall pick as a GM. You would do what?
You want to know the first thing that comes to my mind?
What?
Travis Hunter.
Okay.
He's the best player in the draft.
Okay.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Our fans have a huge impact on our ability to play to the level that we're striving for.
Drop off, Morant. Oh! Well, you wanted home crowd involvement.
I love those moments where you see our guys engaging in the fans, and the fans just get pumped up.
They are standing in FedEx Forum.
I would hate to be on the other side with the opposition when FedEx Forum's rolling. That's such an unbelievable relationship that our group has with our fans.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering, to those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Grizzlies fans, dunks, dimes, and no-looks are great on TV, but nothing compares to catching them IRL. And that starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight in person. From seeing your favorite Grizzly stars up close to hearing the squeak of the sneakers on the hardwood. Put that jersey collection to use and get tickets at Ticketmaster. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside, Memphis.
If I was a high school player, or if, let's say I'm the father of a child who's 16 years old, and Mike Vick comes knocking on my kid's door, and Virginia's there also, and so is Virginia Tech, I'm like, yo, you got to go where Vick is. You got to go to Norfolk State.
Get all of your HBCU sports and culture news by tuning in to HBCU Huddle with CJ Hurt and Mike Wallace. New episodes drop every Thursday on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and Spotify.
Live from downtown Memphis, this is the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Chris Vernon.
On GrindCityMedia.com. It's Chris Vernon Show. Welcome. It's a Friday, February 7th, 2025 edition of the show. Today on the show, NBA trade deadline was yesterday. We were on all the way through it till the end, and now we had to collect our thoughts last evening after everything was wrapped up. We'll talk about it today and where the Grizzlies stand as they have a massive game tomorrow night at FedEx Forum as they're going to be playing against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Number 1 versus number 2 in the Western Conference against each other. We'll go through the trade deadline and everything that took place as we have had a chance to collect our thoughts. Also, you may have heard the Super Bowl is coming up this weekend as my man Patrick Mahomes has to beat the Philadelphia Eagles in order to win a third straight Super Bowl championship. Brian Edwards from Vegas Insider is going to give us his picks for the weekend. We'll get to all that. Gary Parrish is going to join us in studio. It's a Friday. It's cold outside, but smile. Let's do it. Turn it up. Yeah. Hope everybody's having a good day. All right, we got a ton of stuff to get to. Obviously, we'll get to the Grizzlies and what took place yesterday. Before I get to anything, I welcome John Roser to the show. John Roser, a.k.a. the Cologne Rangers, the Bike Spray Bandit, Senior Sack, Johnny Backpull, Johnny Bearcat, the Grim Roser, John Asparagus, Johnny Neckcarb, John Lance. He's Yogi Roser. He's John Quadrant. Hello, John. What up? Devin Walker's here. He's the microphone mangler. Senor Quasadilla, Mr. Matt, Navajo Joe, the reporter, the photographer. He's Sir Hiss. He's Walker 93.
Hello, good people. I gotta teach somebody next to me how to get a little more jazz in his yeet before he goes to SmackDown tonight. This person next to me, he's looking real, little Caucasic with the yeet, bro.
Gary Parrish from the Gary Parrish Show here in studio. He said you're Caucasic with the yeet.
I need to loosen the elbows a little bit,
Come on.
GP. Loosen the elbows a little bit.
Day one, ooze. Day one, ooze.
Come on, there you go. Loosen the elbows. Loosen them up. Loosen them up.
Pulling up this.
Loosen the elbows.
Pull it up this morning.
Tell them Peso did it.
Hey, there's all kinds of trucks outside. All the WWE trucks are outside because Smackdown is in town for tonight for at FedEx Forum. Before another version of Smackdown tomorrow night.
Oh,
the Grizzlies play against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Day one.
What if the Thunder are being introduced and the whole crowd just dropped into it? It's just me, Oos.
You know what?
I think we could do something like that.
Not a bad idea.
Carly?
It's going to be Grizz's 30th birthday tomorrow night, right? And he's a big wrestling guy, so who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
So yesterday, we had the unfortunate experience of being on at the trade deadline, and then with, 10 minutes left to go in the trade deadline, the Grizzlies finally made a deal.
Yes.
And then as we were awaiting our unbelievable PS5, we were given a box of human feces instead.
I love y'all sat here for 15 minutes talking about
there's got to be something else.
Well, Shams can't possibly be right.
Dude, there's got to be something else. There's no way that this is the deal. Look, when you build yourself up so excited where it's like you're built for this moment, like this is exactly where you could take this team to a different level, at this trade deadline. And then, look, I heard what you had to say earlier. I understand all of the thought process on the Marcus Smart thing. Lord knows I've heard the reasoning. I don't agree with it. End of story. I don't agree with it. The answer is the question is posed to me. Who do you want guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tomorrow night? Who do you... I need Vince Williams to be awesome because it is not a Jaylen Wells thing. It's not. It's Jaylen Wells as a rookie thing. I love Jaylen Wells. I don't want to... There is throwing a kid in the fire and there's throwing a kid in hell. And at the end of the Clippers game, we had to double James Harden. That's right. And so maybe I'm just crazy and it's just a theory. Marcus Smart is just a theory and he's not that person anymore. But and this is something I've always stood on. I love getting veterans. I love having veterans. I love having guys that have been under the bright lights. I love having guys that are in playoff games. I love guys that the moment's not going to be too big, that they can raise to the moment. I think they're valuable when a 16-2 run hits you in the playoffs. I think they are valuable when the lights get too bright and guys start hitting the side of the backboard because it's like, okay, this is a different deal. And by the way, everybody tries super hard in the playoffs. You know who tries super hard during the regular season? The Grizzlies. The Grizzlies. We play every night. Yeah. We play every night. We run into all manner of teams that don't have it that night.
That's why we win by 50.
That's why we win by 50. Like, that is one thing that is great about Grizzlies culture. They play every single night, right? And it's just a matter of when this is not about the regular season. It's not. To me, it's not about the regular season. So my opinion would be, look, they have made a decision that they would rather go into the playoffs with Jaylen Wells and Vince Williams and Gigi Jackson and Luke Kennard than with Marcus Smart. They think that they're better options than Marcus Smart. I fear that that's not so. But, again, that's why they're paid the big bucks. That's why they run the team, right? They say that, it's just a theory, right? That person doesn't exist. I'm believing in a ghost.
What they're telling you is the person they traded for is not the person who was here yesterday.
Correct.
It's just not the same thing anymore.
They think he is not a better option. And I would say tomorrow night, I would rather have Marcus Smart guarding Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They will put Jaylen Wells on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tomorrow night.
Vince at some point, too.
Correct.
I think even, too, just to have him for break glass in case of emergency. You know what I'm saying? Like when an emergency happens.
Because emergency-wise, also, that was the Laravia thing, too.
But you have to weigh that against, because that makes sense. Obviously, everybody's hurt all the time. Eventually, you might need this guy, all right? I get that. But you have to weigh that, and I'm confident they did on some level, against, we can keep him, and he'll be here if we need him, but he'll also be here getting DNPs in 3 minutes, and what's that going to be like?
Yeah, no, the idea that they do not think that he would play, that he's not a better option than what we have. And they may be right. They may be right. I fear that they're right against the worst teams and in the regular season, and that's not so when it comes to playoff basketball.
Well, there are 2 points that hammer that home. One is...
Would you rather have, for the playoffs, Jaylen Wells or Marcus Smart?
Marcus Smart.
Devin?
Marcus. I've seen him do it before. I think it's not an either or for me, though.
It is.
For me, it's not.
But that's the choice you're making.
I'm cool with Jaylen playing, but is Jaylen going to have to play 36 minutes now?
No.
I think just have.
I need Vince
What you're
Williams.
hoping is Vince Williams is that guy in the playoffs. And Buddy, the other night, I know it was just limited minutes, but
he's great.
That's the first time I've seen him on a court in a while. I guess the first time.
Yeah.
And I was on television because I was out of town. He looked big.
This is about guarding people too, and Vince Williams is the guy that I want.
He just looked big and like. He looked big.
He's grown. That's why the injury stuff was happening.
I brought this up yesterday. When Jimmy Butler gets up in your face and calls you the P word, he's crazy enough to not care.
Yeah.
Right. And so I don't.
Whereas that's the thing I worry about. Not because I don't love Jaylen Wells.
But here's the thing.
But Jaylen Wells is the 39th pick in the draft, who is going to be going into a bigger game than you have ever been in your life.
Okay, so the thing I was going to say is, one, that will never not be something that happened. You got into a situation against the Clippers, and they were putting the ball in James Harden's hands, and you did not trust Jaylen Wells to handle that. That's going to happen every game in the playoffs.
Right.
Every game, that's going to happen. What you're worried about is I don't think that's what their plan is. I don't think Jalen Williams is going to be on the court in those.
Jalen Wells,
I'm sorry.
You think it'll be Vince
I
Williams?
think Vince Williams is going to be on the court in those situations.
Okay.
Think you might be right.
Yeah, it could be. I will say, as someone who's covered Vince Williams when he was with the Hustle, injuries have been a history with him.
Yeah.
Too. Injuries have been a thing. They were a thing when the Hustle, too. Like, the guy got hurt multiple times there, too.
I'm not ruling out the scenario that we're all sitting here after a Game 3 loss to whoever, and we're going, could he use Marcus Smart last night? Like, I'm open to that possibility, but I think.
Well, and does it change your championship hopes? Probably not.
Right.
No. My concern is the first round, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to be playing Jimmy Butler, you're going to be playing Luka Doncic, you're going to be playing somebody, right? You're playing somebody, Anthony Edwards, whoever it is, right? You're playing somebody,
sure,
and it's like, who is your perimeter stopper? I need that to be Vince Williams. I got it. I know all the stats. I know Jaylen Wells has been great. I also know they will filter every single shot to him in the playoffs, and that's too much to put on a rookie.
Yeah.
It just is.
Every player who's ever been through the playoffs will tell you it's different. Every one of them. No, I don't need to be convinced that it's different. Everybody who's ever done it says it's different. I think they think Vince Williams is going to have that assignment, and I don't think they want Marcus Smart sitting on the bench for the rest of this regular season and throughout the playoffs.
No, they don't. They don't think Marcus Smart is as good as we do.
Yeah, they don't. No, they don't.
That's clear.
That's it.
And here's
the image of Marcus is what we got is not the same.
I know.
But I think this is important too. What did the rest of the league tell you yesterday?
Well, I heard you say that. That's not necessarily fair because of the second apron now.
I get that.
There's not look, there ain't a lot of people that could take on a $20 million contract.
I got that.
And we wanted to get back stuff that would fall off the books. You've got a very finite amount of teams
I get that.
you could even deal with,
but
right?
In a span of 2 years, we've gone from you got to give up first-round picks to get Marcus Smart to you got to attach one to get rid of him.
But to your point that they don't think Marcus Smart can't help them, dude, you could have done this in June if you want to trade Marcus Smart and attach a first-round pick to him. You could do that after the season.
You also told us when we messed up against the Lakers, you didn't want to triple down on youth, and now we're going to be starting a rookie in the playoff series
again.
But the thing is, I love Jaylen. I think the dude.
We all do.
His demeanor is
do.
Perfect for this situation. But it's
and we all love Vince.
Look,
they've never played in.
Top. I'm praying to the good Lord, baby Jesus above, that this works because I want to see us thrive more than anything.
Well, obviously, look, as you should. Hey, here's the big thing. We wish Marcus Smart was healthy and awesome.
Right.
That would have been that's the ideal scenario.
We love getting theoretical veterans.
That one touch pass in LA, it was like, oh boy. This is the Marcus Smart we wanted. The little touch pass when he won the game.
People brought up Chandler Parsons, and that's just not understanding the history of how ridiculously terrible that was. This is like Winslow level, though.
You think it's Winslow level?
Oh, yeah. We've made some bad deals, dude.
I mean,
the Winslow thing, I mean, oh, my God. And we tried to make that work and tried to make that work. This guy didn't even play for us 39 games.
You ended up spending 3 first-round picks
and we
for
lost
nothing.
Tyus.
And you lost Tyus Jones. I mean, it's a mistake. But I mentioned this earlier. I'd rather have a front office that never makes mistakes. That would be awesome. Also unprecedented.
Yep.
I do enjoy, given that that's not a reality, I like having a front office that's willing to admit mistakes. Now, they might be wrong, and they might be wrong admitting this mistake at the time that they're admitting it, but that is what they're doing. They're saying we made a mistake. Let's get out of this. That's what they're doing. I
think the idea, and again, this is like the crux of it is, do you think Marcus Smart getting rid of him did not make you worse? And that is what they believe. And that is what I am unconvinced of.
I think it only makes you worse if you look up in the playoffs and you're not healthy.
Right.
I think if you're healthy, if you got healthy Vince, healthy Jaylen, healthy Gigi,
but
you're fine.
But you guys think Jaylen Wells is a better option, and I just don't.
I think I'd rather have Jaylen Wells in the game up until we get into that moment where you're talking about,
which is literally as soon as the tip happens.
I don't know.
You saw him in the bro. We saw him when we played in LA earlier this year.
But you got to take your lumps, bro.
I got you.
Look. I think the demeanor,
the lights get bright, brother.
The demeanor that he has, though, he's not up and down anyway as a person. So I think
we have seen him already against the better teams this year. What awesome team did we play that you thought, wow, what a game? Most of the time you were having to pull the trigger on it and you were having to get somebody else in there.
Let me think real quick. Because
I'm forgetting.
Minnesota, he did a great job, decent job.
On that.
He did. Like I said, let's defensively, right? Like this, we want to be able to play defense. And then let me go look at his game log. Give me a second.
I know against the Knicks, because I was at that game last week in the Garden.
Brother in Christ.
Well, like I sit there all
He hit the side of the backboard.
I sit there all pregame with Wally Zerbiak, and he's like, and we're talking, I'm with some Knicks fans, and they're picking my brain. Yeah. And I'm like, and Jaylen Williams, 39th pick, that'll be Jaylen Wells, 39th pick and all this stuff. And by the time, like, third quarter, Wally's like, I thought you said he was good. I was like, he usually is. This is not great.
But you're having to play against grown men. That's Mikal Bridges and Anunoby. That's who I'm worried about, right?
That'll be Jaylen Wells is your starter. Let's see how it goes. And if it gets bad, Vince, that's your job.
Well, it'll also be Luke. Luke will actually get a lot of those minutes too, I think.
Luke can spray some dots. Let's see.
By the way, Marcus Smart, Chandler Parsons, and Justice Winslow played a combined 160 games for the Grizzlies over the span of about 5 to 6 seasons.
Well,
brother.
I hate you.
It's like Zion and Brandon Ingram.
I did think we were so built up that we were going to improve.
Yeah.
And we might.
Like,
there's no debate. We did not get better.
No, we heard.
Okay, and we might have gotten worse.
We heard Cam Johnson, Jimmy Butler, Kevin Durant. Like, those are the names we were hearing at the deadline. We were hearing. Then you salary dump.
By all accounts, they offered a boatload for Durant, and that just was not going to happen.
He didn't want to come.
Right. Now, the more interesting one is, and this is what pisses me off. From what I know, I think that there was, because there's a bunch of reporting on this, they tried to do that Lonzo deal, and that would have just been a smart one, right? Like where not I mean Marcus,
right.
But because Lonzo could have helped us, and he would have fit in, with us, right? And then the Bulls went and signed him to that extension for $10 million. Like, what the hell are they doing? What is your point? Nothing you do has a point.
They can win the title with 9 to 10 very good players. That's what he said.
Oh
my God!
They're trying to finish 9th every year.
Every year the Bulls are.
Why are they extending Lonzo? They've got 9 point
Their
guards.
basketball Jim. What's it? Jim Fisher was his name.
Huh?
What's the dude? Jim Fisher was his name? What's the dude who's the coach of the Titans? He always
Jeff Fisher.
In basketball, Jeff Fisher. He always got to be at 500.
I wonder, like, when Billy Donovan gets tired of it too.
But it's just
that's a lot of mediocrity for a long time.
That's just a bizarre thing to do. It's like, not only are we not going to trade you Lonzo,
we're going to sign
him.
Well, you can go
we're going to extend him. Like, for what?
You can go like 34 and 48 and get the 9 or 10 seed in the East. Like, it's crazy.
They can't. They ain't winning that many games.
Probably not.
They don't even have like Zach LaVine anymore.
Well, and they try to trade your boy. They try to get rid of your boy Kobe.
They got 8 or 9 point guards. I don't understand some of these teams. Like,
the Sixers will pass them.
For sure.
But like Brooklyn, Toronto, Charlotte, Toronto, and who knows? Yeah, they will fall out of that.
It's harder to miss the playoffs in the East than it is to make them.
Yeah.
Nah, high key.
And I get all the summer stuff. I get the finances stuff, whatever. The question just comes down to, would you rather have Marcus Smart on this roster or not? And they said not.
And they said no.
That's it.
And you disagree with it.
And I don't agree with it.
J-Dub.
Because I just want a veteran. I want when that run happens, I want, again, we're asking Jaren Jackson Jr. and or John Moran and or, they got a lead now. Like, there's nobody to look up to. There's nobody on the team to look up to.
It's Jaylen.
I like the idea of Jay Crowder standing up in that locker room saying, it's a long series. It's a long, right? Like, I've been here. I've been in a bunch of different playoff series. No sweat. We're going to correct this. We're going to correct this. Here's what you need to do. I've been in this spot before and whatever. Like, I do think that always matters in a locker room, in a huddle, anywhere. We don't have one.
I'll give them
vet. I love vets.
They've been there's been a lot more than speaking up though. Whether it's you see job mentoring players on the court or in the huddles, Jaren's been speaking up a lot more. It's been a lot of like his voice is being heard now. So
I think they're still young enough to have somebody to look up to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But if you're a front office, and I'm just playing devil's advocate here because I think these are all reasonable points. But if you're a front office, you have a better idea of how much that matters than we should, right? You're around this.
But they haven't proven that. They screwed us 2 years ago. They literally screwed us. and then came out and apologized for screwing us.
Wait, who is this?
The organization.
Oh, yeah.
They said we shouldn't have tripled down on youth.
Yeah, the youth.
We didn't double down. We tripled down on youth, and that was a mistake.
Here's my point. Don't think of it in terms of youth and vets and all that stuff. Think of it in this. Like what you're saying, Chris, like if I were Zach, then I was talking to you, I might say, okay, I hear you. Like that okay, we're down 2-1. We got to go on the road, whatever, and we need somebody to stand up and talk. And Marcus Smart, theoretically, that's a great person to do that talk. Here's the problem. They don't give a shit what he says.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, me either.
I don't agree with that.
I'm just saying, what if that's what they believe? Like, they ain't going to matter.
Then I would tell them they don't know what they're talking about.
Okay, that's fair.
I would tell them they don't. He's always going to have a voice. He's still he's a made man. He's a guy that has won hundreds of playoff games, or literally over 100 playoff games, and has been in big spots over and over again. He's got his bona fides. What I would say is, a couple of years ago, you need Marcus Smart. You guess when you need him? You need him when Josh starts flying off the rails and Dylan starts talking crazy-ass shit to LeBron James. That's when you need the vet, because that happened. That happened. John flew off the rails, and Dylan started talking crazy. And if you've got a guy like Marcus Smart around, that doesn't happen. That's my opinion. I think because otherwise, the young guys just do. You know what I'm saying? It can go off the rails, and you don't know what these guys. These guys are still at the age where they might post a depressing Instagram or have a terrible press conference. Like, that's the way it is. They're not made men with wives and kids and adults. They're not there yet.
They've matured, though. I think that they've transitioned from that group 2 or 3 years ago, from the young, scrappy. Like, I think there's a lot of maturing that's happened between whether it's Ja going through the stuff, whether it's Jaren's game developing on the court and off the court, Desby married, having kids, that kind of thing.
John's at the golf course now.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Let's relax.
Listen to Luke
John's
Combs,
at the golf
by the way.
course.
Listen to Luke Combs drinking a nice little brewski. I don't know. That's mature. I don't know what it is.
That's maturity. We've lived the same life. We went from the clubs to sprinkling
I know,
rain.
right?
Exactly. So I think I wouldn't say they're not like maximum maturity. I think there's a level of maturity they've reached that I'm ready to see them kind of like take.
Of course, they're more mature than they were 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They're grown up from that.
Yeah.
They're grown up from that.
Yeah, bro, come on. Jaren calls it vet swag.
I mean,
the vet swag now.
Jaren definitely has. Jaren's basically like a politician. Like Jaren, yeah.
That dude right there, man.
Jaren's like leaders of the Players Association. Like Jaren is.
But like I said, that's one of the guys you listen to, right?
No.
Like Dez one you listen to, Job listen to. Like I think I was about to jump off a bridge the other day, but yesterday, but I thought about it in the car, and I was like, you know what?
You're pushing them into those roles.
Yeah,
you are pushing them into those roles.
It's time, bro. Your face is on the damn banner, bro. It's time.
You're pushing them into it.
You better be ready.
There is no.
You better be ready.
Yeah, there is no vet to stand up in the locker room. You're the vet that stands up in the locker room.
2 year on
It's time.
the triple down youth year 22.
Yep.
That was Jake LaRavia, David Roddy, Kennedy Chandler, Vince Williams Jr. were your 4 draft picks. You signed Kenneth Loftus Jr. to a 2-way deal that you converted to a regular contract. That's 5 guys. One of them is left. Yeah. And it's Vince Williams.
V-Dog, and if you was the betting man on that day, you would not have guessed V-Dog would be the last one standing.
Well, I'll tell you this, though. Look, you know, and I know very, very well, it was super valuable to have Tyus Jones and Kyle Anderson. It was. It was super valuable.
Is Kyle
to have
staying in
those guys
Miami?
around.
What's happening with that?
There was like
he was supposed to go somewhere else.
Man, you know Pat Riley loves him.
Bro,
but he was supposed to go.
Instagram
No, he was supposed to go somewhere else.
Passing Kyle around like
I think he was supposed to go to Toronto, and then it was like that part of the deal fell through, and so Miami was keeping him. But yeah.
But yeah, I just think it's like you said. We're going back to 2 years. That's what 3 years ago now. The Minnesota series. 3 years ago, right?
Yep. Minnesota series.
Fast forward 3 years, like us as people are different 3 years. 3 years later, right?
I understand.
So for me, I'm at the point where it's like, yo.
Okay, fine. You guys have convinced me.
There you go.
Marcus Smart. I hate him. I can't stand him.
Let's go. Let's go. It's time. We have no choice.
I'm with you. I'd rather have Marcus Smart come into the playoffs. I'd rather have him.
Oh my God,
photo, bro.
I'd rather have him.
I will remember you.
We had some good times with them fellas.
Hey, there's a lot of horrible Twitter fights that's going on about 4 of those guys.
So
a lot of dark web.
By the way, David,
a lot of Grizz dark web.
Roddy got released by the Hawks. The Hawks just released him.
They're all going to be on a team in China in 2 years.
I would say
they should gang up together.
For Kennedy Chandler,
there ain't enough minutes in the day for me to get into a Jake LaRavia argument on Twitter.
Oh my God. No, it was really Loftus Lofton was, oh my God, Lofton was one. Obviously, Kennedy didn't get it as much.
Go look at that draft. Go look. I looked back at that draft last night. If you look at Kennedy, they took Kennedy 38th. The mistake wasn't drafting Kennedy. The mistake was giving him a 4-year contract because they're paying him $2 million this year. Dude, literally, the only player worth of crap drafted after him is Vince Williams. Like, none of them are good.
I will say this. One of the, and I'm sure Zach Kleiman will say this today, or maybe he won't, but what he would tell you probably is people that are mad about the first-round pick that we traded, the last 2 times that we have traded these first-round picks, we traded back and got the second-round picks, and we have drafted Jaylen Wells and G.G. Jackson.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
Right.
Like, they have been great at that.
Yeah.
They are second-round monsters.
Oh, yeah.
I also think, and this one's getting buried, the Jaren contract is obviously, look, everything you can do to have Jaren. You know, I have always thought he loves Aldama.
He does.
Like, that has always been a pet project. They thought they nailed that draft. And Aldama's contract's coming up in the offseason. I think they want to re-sign Aldama.
Yeah.
Right? End of story.
He's got something to prove in the playoffs, too.
Well, like in the playoffs, the only ones that we are, like, again, you're really playing 8 guys. You're really playing 8. Like, Santi's going to play. Brandon's going to play. Luke will play. And Vince will play. And maybe Gigi. That would be a 10th.
Yeah.
Right? That would be a 10th
So
guy.
you cut a little bit of the fat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
No,
cut a
and
little bit of the
then
fat.
obviously you're
No
playing
pun intended.
matchups, and if they just decide, if you go out there and Jaylen Wells can't make a shot when they're leaving him wide open, then you're going to have to play Vince or Luke.
Yeah, just to illustrate that
That's
point,
it.
there's a scenario where it's game 1, Western Conference playoffs, first round, whole roster's healthy, and you would have DNP'd both Marcus Smart and Jake LaRavia.
Possible.
Yeah.
Possible.
Sure.
I also think there is a scenario where you get into the playoffs, and then by game 2, you're playing Luke Kennard and Brandon Clark.
And that's I'm fine.
You know what I mean?
And at this point,
Because the lights are too big for the rookies, and because they've put Zach Edey in literally every action. Like, if you play against Ty Lue, if you play against any of these, like some of these coaches, especially the old school coaches, they were going to find the one thing, and they'll spam it.
Well, that's where you can
every play.
Well, you can play
every play.
You can play Steven Adams 82 games.
That's right.
But you get him in a Timberwolves series, and you can't play him at all.
Yeah.
That's right.
That happens.
on the bench.
It's all dependent on your matchup.
No, they're
right?
going to. I can see, we talk about the Jaylen Wells aspect of it, and y'all said that, look, they do. They want it to be Vince. I can see this not phasing Vince at all. Like, Vince get in a playoff series, and
like I said, those are two emotionless human beings.
Yeah, dude,
bro.
he doesn't.
I agree with you.
Like, Jaylen Wells realizes, I think Jaylen Wells thinks, oh my God, this is a playoff game. Like, Vince doesn't. He's
just there.
It's just whatever. I'm
Like,
here.
That's why I said Vince Williams has to be what we need him to be.
Yeah.
Because I'll just give you a for instance. And again, this was my point on the whole Marcus Smart thing. And again, if you want to tell me that that's Vince Williams, that's fine. What I won't accept is that you're going to do this to a 39th pick. I got it.
Yeah.
I love him too. Stop. Right now, the 7th seed is the Los Angeles Clippers. So that's Kawhi Leonard. Right? That's Kawhi Leonard. All of these guys have one of those. Like, again, if you're more comfortable with Jaylen Wells than Marcus Smart,
I think they're more comfortable with Vince Williams than Marcus Smart. That's where it's at.
Right. If you want to, correct. But Vince Williams, obviously, and maybe Vince Williams will end up becoming a starter on this team.
Oh, I could see a scenario where Jaylen Wells starts 1 million games all season. We get to the playoffs, and he's still starting, but Vince Williams is getting more minutes, and Jaylen Wells is doing 17.
Or by game 2, it's Vince Williams starting, much like
this happened with Zaire Williams.
Much like JaMychal Green and Zach Randolph. How it happened with JaMychal Green and Zach Randolph. We got to the playoffs, and Fizdale's like, okay, yeah, no, JaMychal, you're to the bench now. Zach, you're starting.
Correct.
Yeah. V-Dub is going to be the one. He's the X factor, man. You play like Vince, you defend at a high level, shoot 39% from 3.
The theoretical Vince Williams is amazing.
Exactly. We love hypothesizing.
And since he's younger and his fingers all work, we're gonna believe in it.
The theoretical Grizzlies should win the title. Theoretical,
Look,
like
Vernon,
we are.
I'm at this point. Ball up top. Let's go.
Yeah.
Ball up top, bro.
We got no choice.
We got to nut up and shut up time.
Who do they bring out on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander tomorrow night?
It'll be, Jaylen to start.
I think Jaylen was.
Jaylen will start.
Just
It'll be
run around face
Jaylen.
guarding the whole night.
Yeah, just face to face.
Face to face all night.
Face
to face with a Skims model all night tomorrow night.
That's crazy.
He is a Skims model.
Would
That's
you?
true.
Do you consider him a Skims model?
Yeah, he's literally a Skims model.
I can't call a grown
Let's
man a
say
Skims
this.
model.
It comes down.
He models for Skims.
Let's say this. It comes down to one possession. Into the game, you're up by 1. Oklahoma City's got the ball. Who are you putting on SGA?
Depends on how the game's going.
You're putting Jaren on.
I'm in the flow of the.
You're putting Jaren on him.
What's wrong with you?
You put Jaren on him.
Speaking of,
you got one stop.
Oh, good,
I'm
good.
putting Jaren
Okay,
on
let me tell
him.
you how the game ends. Free throw, free throw.
Speaking of Jaren, I got some little bit of Jaren news for y'all. Have y'all seen the Kia MVP ladder gets dropped? Got dropped 2 hours ago by Sean Powell from the NBA.com.
Oh,
Jaren is officially on the MVP ladder.
on what number?
He is number 7.
Okay.
So he's worked his way.
All right, so here's what I'll say. I'm going to try to guess.
Okay.
You ready?
All right.
All right. Right now, the MVP ladder is going to have number 1, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
For sure.
Number 2, because I have to do this for the Bontemps thing. 2 is Jokic. 3. Oh, this gets a little dicey in terms of who people will have as the third guy.
Yeah, the third's tough.
On their list. I will say 3 is Tatum.
Tatum's 4.
He's 4. So Giannis is still 3.
Giannis is still 3.
Okay, so it's Giannis, Tatum.
Number 5 is
Mitchell.
Mitchell is 6.
Brunson
is 8.
Ooh, so we are.
It's one of the guys you like,
Towns?
though. Karl Anthony Towns is 5.
Karl Anthony Towns.
5. And then Jaren is 6.
Jaren is 7th. Don 6th, and then Jaren 7th.
All
Brunson 8th. Anthony Edwards 9. And Alfred Sengun number 10. So there you go, bro. So, hey,
I watched them again last night. Boy, you wouldn't believe how bad they miss Van Vliet. Just to settle it down and get a good shot.
They got too many athletes
they
just
got a bunch
running
of
around. They're
athletes,
just running
man.
around.
They're just running around.
And whoever
AAU ball.
It's back. A lot of it is back to whoever's got the ball.
Right.
Ahmed Thompson's going end to end. Jalen Green's going end to end. They just need Fred to go back in there and settle that shit down.
And say, hey, chill.
Yep. Everybody calm down, right? The old man's back.
Then Dylan got skid marks on his back because he keep popping off the ant.
Did you see? I sent you the
so good.
interview last night. Did you see Ant?
He was wild.
Post-game interview?
He's wilding.
He was so funny talking about Dylan Brooks.
He is legitimately funny.
That's what I said in the text
Atlanta
message.
as hell,
You
bro.
could ask Anthony Edwards, what are you getting for dinner tonight? And whatever he said, something would be funny coming out of his mouth.
He's going to make
just
it funny.
naturally funny.
Atlanta as hell.
Yes.
Atlanta as hell. Did you see this? I sent y'all a clip down. So you see him the after you hit the. Look at this. Shout out to the guy number 5. He want to dap so bad. GP, look at him. Look at him. Oh no.
Oh, you didn't get it?
Look at my guy. Look at my guy. He wanted to dap so bad.
Yeah, he sure did. Why would he do that to that guy?
He probably didn't even see him.
Yes,
Give him the dap.
Come on, Ant.
He said he didn't see him.
That's terrible. All right, real quick before we get out of here, what do I need to pay attention to college basketball-wise
Tonight's
this weekend?
awesome. I mean, we're going to be at SmackDown, but because SmackDown moved off of Fox to USA Network, it was on Fox all last year before. They moved it, so they got this window in prime time on Fox, and they've replaced it with college basketball.
On Friday nights?
Yeah, Friday night, prime time, Fox college basketball. It's a new thing. It's great for the sport.
I didn't even know this was happening.
Cool. Right, so tonight it's St. John's at UConn.
Oh, this is Patino?
Patino and Hurley, inside Gamble Pavilion. There's only 3 coaches, active coaches, who have won multiple national titles. 2 of them coaching against each other tonight. They don't hate each other, but they don't.
I sent you guys a Patino clip the other day.
Bill Self's the third, right?
Yeah.
You know that dude, John, what's the guy's name? Fanta?
Yeah.
Did you see that?
I don't see that.
Where he, hold on, I got to play this for you. You're gonna love it. You are going to love this. I sent this to Roser and Devin the other day. I was laughing so hard about Patino. That John Fanta guy. Who did they play over the weekend? Because it was a big game, right?
Yeah,
they
played.
It was some kind of big game over the weekend.
They played midweek. They beat Marquette at home.
Oh, that's right.
Tuesday
Cam, the kid from Memphis.
Cam Jones.
Yeah, Cam Jones.
Crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that crew. I got to find this because this John Fanta guy asked him about what it's like to be back coaching and coaching the team and whatever else. And Rick Pitino is just out of control great. He's so fun. Like he's gotten into that mode where he doesn't care what he says. And so his press conferences are not only great, but in addition to that,
anytime he's asked a question about his team, he's great. So it's St. John's and it's UConn tonight. That's the big game.
Yeah, like St. John's is alone atop the Big East standings, in position to win a Big East title. Just real quick, if I just said this to you, St. John's is about to win a Big East title for the first time since what year? What year would you? I know you don't know.
St. John's?
Yeah.
1983.
Since
no.
Eric Barkley and Ron Artest were there.
No.
Since the early 2000s when Mike
It's
Jarvis.
1992. It
Oh,
seems
wow.
crazy. They haven't won a Big East title, not even a share of it, since 92.
Wow.
Are you being serious?
And in year
1992?
like the first time I heard it, now it's one of those things that if you watch college basketball shows, it's impossible not to hear it when St. John's is playing. But when the first time I heard it, I was like, it's one of those things research gives you on like a sheet. They're like, hey, here's notes. And you're like, and you want to double check it. It's like, really?
Yeah.
They didn't just stumble into a shared one with Providence or in 2004 or something?
That's
No,
crazy because they're
1992.
such a big brand.
I mean, that was one of the biggest brands of my childhood because Memphis State, and then you go to the 85 Final Four, and it's Villanova, Georgetown, St. John's, and Memphis State. Lou Carnesecca, that was a big brand, and they've just been off. And finally, after 6 years of Rick being away from Power Conference basketball, St. John's was the school that said, we'll give him a shot. We'll bring him back to the bright lights in year 2. He's got a team that could. I don't think they're
do you think they have a title chance?
Yes, because they're awesome defensively.
Oh, wow.
If you remember last year, Rick had that press conference. Speaking of just he does not care what he says, where he went through his entire roster.
Yeah, he did do that.
And he was like, I'm just making up names, but he was like, Devin Walker, slow laterally, can't move his feet. John Roser, can't jump at all. And his whole point was, we got to get more athletic. Well, now he's got a team full of athletes. They move around and they switch they're really good.
I can't find it, but the Fanta guy asked him about coming back, and he's like, I love this group. I love coaching this team, except when they shoot the ball or shoot free throws, and then I want to kill myself. I was like, oh, my God. I was like, you got to be kidding.
He does not care what he said.
Bro.
He's always saying.
Unless when they shoot the ball or shoot free throw. I love them. They play with great energy. I love coaching these guys unless they shoot the ball or shoot free throws.
I like Rick Pitino a lot.
Oh no, and then he went on. He goes, when I was growing up, if you took a shot and you missed it, like you might not see the floor again. He's like, these guys all have the green light all the time, and they just don't make it.
That's crazy.
He's so funny, man.
Shout out
Rick Pitino. So, all right, so we got St. John's and UConn.
Yeah,
and
that's
then,
awesome. And then I guess the top 10 matchup of the weekend, Florida at Auburn.
Oh, okay.
Auburn.
That Auburn team is the best. They're the best.
Dude,
I watched them play that night.
awesome.
Bro, the night I watched them, for this one will always stick out to me. I watched them play that night without Broom
Mississippi State
against
game.
Mississippi State,
Yeah.
and they beat their ass. I was like, okay.
Well, that's the
Dude,
thing.
they don't have the best player in the country.
Tennessee had them, didn't they? At Auburn.
Yeah, Tennessee was up 4 with 2 to play.
Yeah.
And it just.
It's your boy Rick Barnes, bro.
Yeah,
But
Roger.
think about this.
They've had some bounce
Auburn
back.
right now, the SEC is the best league in the country. That's not even debatable. It is grading out right now as the best conference in the history of the KenPom database, which dates back to the late 90s. It's probably going to put more teams in the NCAA tournament than any conference ever has. This is maybe the best version of a basketball conference we've ever seen. And Auburn is undefeated in it. They don't lose. I mean,
They're
4
crazy.
of the top 5 teams in my top 25 and 1 this morning are in the SEC.
Yeah.
And Auburn is beating all these teams, never losing to any of them, and beating the shit out of
Are
them
they
for the most part.
are they all transfers?
Broom was a transfer, but he's been there for a few years now. Tahad Pettiford is a 5-star freshman type kid. But yeah, it's a lot of it's not hard to figure this out.
Yeah.
So how did the SEC become the best conference in college basketball? We got transfer waivers and we got NIL.
Yeah.
And that's where all the money is. They're just buying the best mid-major players and turning them into the best high-major players.
The top scorers are from Georgia
this
Tech and
this
San Diego
is built
State.
for Bruce. He was trying before.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
You're going to make this legal?
You can't kick me out of here for having Aaron Kraft in my house now.
I know, right?
Jokes aside, people would often say stuff like this, like
Yes.
about Bill Self. They'd say, well, so now the sport's changing and shoe companies are really involved. How do you think Bill Self's going to handle it? I'm like,
Same way you always are.
Better than anybody.
Now he doesn't have to worry.
Now those phone calls that were on an FBI wiretap,
yeah,
those are encouraged and happening every day. They're legal now.
You know how much
so he'll
money?
be fine.
You know how much money bills he got to be paying people? Bruce paying people to go wear Under Armour shoes by choice.
Yeah.
You got to get a bag for that.
The thing
you getting a bag for that.
People
boy.
don't realize about Auburn, and I don't guess I realize, because you think of Auburn and you think of Alabama and you think of, it's down the street from Atlanta. Yeah. It's just right there. It's like Atlanta's school almost.
Atlanta's like an hour.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's
like when you go to Auburn, you fly into Atlanta and you drive.
You could pop out if you play for Auburn.
Well, that's the other thing. You sell Atlanta.
Yeah, that's smart. I know GP. Everybody always asks you who's the best college basketball teams. I wonder who's the worst college basketball team. I've always wanted to ask him this.
Who's the worst?
Yes.
Well, it's usually like a Chicago State or something like that.
Okay.
But at the high major level,
Hold on. Here, do you try to guess?
Try to guess.
And I'm going to go look it up. I'm going to go look it up on KenPom.
Presbyterian.
I'm going to find the lowest ranked team that I can find that's in a big conference.
Oh, it's in a big conference?
Yeah.
In previous years, it would have been Louisville, but they got that fixed when they fired Kenny Payne and replaced him with Pat Kelsey.
And they love that guy.
Mississippi Valley State is 364 in the country right now. That's your worst team. In terms of power conferences?
Seriously, I'm looking through it. I can't find a power conference team that's way low.
So you could go to Boston College at 210 out of the ACC.
Boston College.
The ACC's bad, isn't it?
Yes.
Yo, free Al Skinner.
Why Al Skinner there?
What happened to my dog,
Jared Dudley.
Milk Dudhead. What's his name?
Milk Dudhead?
Leonard Hamilton.
Oh, he's got a
They packed my guy up.
They did because of NIL, right?
Well, he's 76.
He looked young, bro.
He's 76. The program has slipped. He's currently being sued by multiple former players for not following through on NIL promises.
Dang, Leonard. I could totally imagine a 76-year-old dude not following through.
Just because he forgot.
Yeah, he forgot. I did.
Did I tell you that?
I told you that.
I don't remember that.
Did I tell you? Leonard, though.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm here. Be like, oh, my bad, man.
That must have slipped my mind. Leonard has lived, like, obviously the basketball stuff is, you can look that up. His life is incredible. He grew up 76 years old, so he grew up in a different time. He grew up in segregated North Carolina, no running water, no AC. Like,
trenches.
He lived a different life than we can even imagine. And
so he ain't giving nobody $500,000. Nobody. Like, you can go to hell.
He's still dealing with childhood trauma. He uses his money to buy extra water heaters.
You are not. You don't get nothing.
I don't, like sort of what I said earlier.
And in fact, run.
And run. Give me some laughs. No, the point I made is like earlier in the week is if you were just going to coach until they tell you to leave, it's always going to end like this. And he was clearly just going to coach until somebody told him to leave, and we've now reached that point. But he graduated college in 1971 and has been coaching basketball every year since at some level. 38 different seasons on college campuses. That's a wild life.
Last thing before we get you out of here.
Did John Calipari ruin Mark Pope in Kentucky?
Oh, my God, he did.
Like, we're at a much different...
He did.
Because they got
their meltdown. I love watching it on
Oh.
Twitter. Oh, my God.
Kentucky fans just falling apart is...
they are in shambles.
We're at a different place today than we were last Friday. It was all good just a week ago.
I know.
A rapper once said that.
All right. Look, don't want to bury the lead. Memphis has a game Sunday afternoon to avenge their loss to Temple.
Yeah.
That's happening at FedEx.
Hey, YTB found that get back at MFer.
Yeah, they're playing against Temple.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They got to smash them.
Tonight, electric night inside FedEx Forum. Tomorrow night, the Skims model goes down, and on Sunday, the Owls go down. Just me,
and then
what I got to do with my elbows? I don't know how to
now
loosen my elbows.
He's made you self-conscious now.
Nobody's told me.
Your hands. That's what you look like. You're just moving your hands.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to loosen my elbows.
Just loosen up, bro.
How do I loosen my elbows?
Loosen them up, bro. Loosen them up, bro. Stop being so stiff.
How many have you had too many Tommy John surgeries?
We're going to do it right now.
Look at my elbows.
All right, we're going to do it right now. I have it.
Look at him. Now he looks like the damn scarecrow.
I look like that thing they put in front of car lights to get you to that blow up thing.
Hey, not that loose.
Not that. All right, so look, we're going to do it right now.
Okay.
It's my name is Jay Oos, and I'm in your city. It's just me, Oos. Day one, it's just me, Oos. Day Looks to your damn elbow.
He said he looks like a thing in the car line.
Hey, GP, when I see you tonight, bro, I'm gonna tell you. Look, we gotta keep it. Man. You know what I'm saying?
Are your kids excited?
Yeah, we're fired up. Everybody's got the flu.
Oh no!
Don't bring them to forum, nigga.
Hey, everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, liberal Gary's here with his kids in masks."
We're gonna show up in our masks. We're gonna protect that. We're gonna protect the Usos.
And you're gonna be like, "My kids," and they're gonna be like, "Get out of here, liberal!" He's gonna be like, "My kids have the flu."
Get out of here, libtard.
You're gonna be like, "My kids have the flu."
Yo, that's wild. I'm listening.
I swear to God, I swear, we were at, I forgot to tell you guys this. We were at that Broadway show in New York. We went to Sunset Boulevard. And I had a water like this, right? I went like this. I went, right? Like I what's it called? I choked on the water, like I took a sip too fast, and I went like this.
Yeah.
Like that. Both ladies in front of me went straight to their purse and masked up. And my wife's like, and I tapped the lady and I was like, look, I just choked on my water. I'm not sick. And she's like looking at me like I was a leper. And I was like,
you still see it in New York sometimes for sure. And in those little
that made me feel like crap. I literally, that's exactly what happened.
Wrong pipe, choked a little bit.
I was like that. I had my water like that. Both of them went straight into their Louis Vuitton purses and masked up. They're in front of me. The two people in front of me.
You should have tapped them, and when they turned around, you should have said, "It's too late now."
Got him!
Gotcha! Somebody do that to you tonight, GP. Your kids gonna start coughing while you trying to eat. They gonna mask up.
It's too late now.
That's the first time I'd seen a mask in a long time. Seriously, they both strapped up as soon as I walked.
We will not be wearing masks tonight. We're bringing every virus we got.
Hey, if y'all see GP, bro, y'all run tonight, bro.
We're good. We got Theraflu or
Who's
whatever
supposed to be the main event tonight?
So the way I told Bennett, it's the setup for WrestleMania, the fuse for WrestleMania. So it's gonna be a lot of talking tonight. It won't be a lot of big time matches.
They're going to have the sign up, the road to WrestleMania. They're going to have
It'll be a lot
the
of
sign
talking
up.
tonight to set up the WrestleMania feuds and WrestleMania matches. So you'll see main event Jey Uso. You'll see hopefully Alexa Bliss. You'll see
Charlotte.
You'll see Cody Rhodes. You'll see
Tiffy Time.
But like it won't be a lot of wrestling happening tonight.
You don't think so?
It's the first show after Rumble is
Is
never
the main
that way.
event going to be someone talking?
No,
there has to
that's
be a
why-
match.
I expect a lot of promos tonight, bro. Because
I just want to see Jacob Fatu flip off the rope.
Oh, Jacob Fatu.
I love Jacob
He be doing
Fatu.
I
love you, Solo.
Did you see a year ago they showed him at the Royal Rumble a year ago as a fan?
Yeah, he was in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a picture of him
Supporting
in the
his-
crowd.
supporting his brother. Yeah.
I was like, what the heck? He was just a fan in the crowd?
He was working for MLW a year ago.
Oh, he was?
Yeah, and then they signed him because he blew up like crazy. Like he was
who
in jail and everything.
Did
That
you
dude's a
watch
real
Royal
crazy person.
Rumble?
Yeah, of course.
The only thing I care about all week, all I've been singing is, I believe in Joe Hendry. I want him to.
I like Joe Hendry.
That theme song is the best theme song. I didn't even know what was going on.
You should have had him. He was here 2 weeks ago.
What?
At Dustin's show.
What?
Yes. If you would have found out about that show, that song, we could have had him in studio.
He was here?
He was here doing a local show.
Joe Hendry?
Joe Hendry, yeah.
I believe in Joe Hendry. That song is so funny to me.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
It's so stupid. Like even when I sit around my house and my wife like walks into the room, I just feel kind of dumb.
I know,
you
but that is
the lyrics to this.
But but I have a good time every
It's
time.
like Paris to Tokyo. I believe in
London, Paris, and Tokyo.
In Tokyo.
America, Scotland, and Canada, and Mexico. They say I believe in Joe Hendry.
Hey,
wave your hands from side to side and say, I believe in Joe
And the crowd
Hendry.
does this little thing. They do this
Joe
every time.
Hendry is so prestigious.
Yeah, he's great.
I love him. I love all that like stupid, corny
Yes.
stuff like that, right?
Yes.
I'm the only person that loved when Bo Dallas was doing the You've got to believe.
Oh, my God.
It's so terrible. I loved it. And he was like super positive all the time.
Yeah, always. See,
I like characters like that.
I'm with you, GP. When I tell people I'm a wrestling fan, they always look at me weird.
Yeah, I have these moments where I'm like, I can't believe I'm spending another night doing this, but I enjoy it. We have fun. Like tonight, we will have a blast.
Yeah, we'll have
it's fun.
Yeet all night.
All right, we'll be back into this. Thanks, Gary. All right, Chris Vernon.
So these are a pair of Kobe 11 Elite Low. These were part of a collaboration with FC Barcelona.
I've never seen these in person. The detail on these are amazing.
It's Flyknit, like, you know, the front of the shoe's Flyknit. It's got the lunar line, I remember, and the
insole is removable.
Yeah. The Sneak Fest show, live Tuesdays at 2 p.m. on Grind City Media on X, YouTube, and the official Grind City Media mobile app.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing compares to catching your Grizzlies IRL. And that all starts with buying tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can catch every highlight. Put that jersey collection to use for the next game and get Grizzlies tickets at Ticketmaster. Whether they're here at FedEx Forum or on the road, Ticketmaster's got your back when it comes to scoring tickets. And there's no better brag than saying you saw it live.
It's your turn to drive into luxury at Southland Casino Hotel. Join us on Saturdays to win your share of up to $1 million in free play and prizes. And don't miss the chance to take home luxury itself during the grand finale drawings. Drive off in a 2025 Land Rover on February 1st or a 2025 Range Rover on March 1st. 2 vehicles, 2 finales, 1 million ways to enjoy luxury only at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 or up. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
There's no substitute for experience, the knowledge gained from having been there before, and the passion to share what you know to make everyone around you better. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Our fans have a huge impact on our ability to play to the level that we're striving for.
Drop off, Durant. Oh! Well, you wanted home crowd involvement.
I love those moments where you see our guys engaging in the fans, and the fans just get pumped up.
They are standing in FedEx Forum.
I would hate to be on the other side with the opposition when FedEx Forum's rolling. That's such an unbelievable relationship that our group has with our fans.
How about them
How
Tigers?
about
Go
the
Tigers. Go.
Beat Tulane in a game that nobody called. Nobody thought was going to happen. They were a 2-touchdown underdog, and they got the win.
Number 25 in the AP right now, number 24 in the coaches poll right now. So this is a Tigers football team that's going to end the regular season ranked in both major polls, possibly ranked in the CFP as well, with 10 wins. That's a damn good season.
The Odds Couple, live at 2 p.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
At the National Civil Rights Museum, history moves us forward. The question remains, how does history move you?
Keep on talking, marching
Can't wait. It's time to get it popping. It's going to be crazy. The fans are going to be loud. We need just energy.
We're going to need, the Forum rocking. We're going to need, everybody in Memphis to be out there to come to support.
When the fans are good, we're good. Simple as that.
A Bane 3, yes sir! Desmond Bane with ice water in his veins.
We'll ride the energy together.
Welcome back to the Chris Vernon Show on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, back to your host, Chris Vernon.
Just be cool. Throwing dead presidents. Look alive. Party is the evidence. It's a vibe. Celebrating excellence. We survive. Two-seater snapping, girl. I'm happy it's just you and I. Throwing dead presidents. Look alive. Party is the evidence. It's a vibe. Celebrating excellence. We survive. Two-seater snapping, girl. I'm happy it's just you and I. Yeah. Just be cool. Just be cool. Just be cool.
All right, we're back. Chris Vernon Show. Big weekend ahead. Grizzlies going to play Oklahoma City tomorrow at FedEx Forum. As we mentioned, the Tigers are going to play an early game on Sunday against the Temple Owls where they try to get revenge. And then Sunday afternoon, everybody in America is going to be settled in their living room to watch the Super Bowl. I have got my Patrick Mahomes shirt on because I will be rooting vociferously for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs because I cannot have the Eagles winning. No chance of that. And so I am, and I got to tell you, as I've told you many years before, it is awesome being a Mahomes guy.
Yeah.
This is a fun weekend for me. Really. I look forward to it.
I think I'm going to have to bet on this game.
Yeah, you are.
Because I'm serious, it's the only way. I don't care. Oh, I hate both of these teams. I don't care about
Bros,
it.
you love the NFL, though.
I do love the NFL.
I love the NFL.
No,
I do love the NFL.
Hey,
I hate both of these teams.
No, you're right. You know what?
I don't care about
I
them.
can relate because of that Commanders-Eagles game. I didn't care.
Yeah,
I can relate.
I don't care about this.
So what I did is what you're thinking about doing, which is I just lost money on it by taking the Commanders because I didn't want the Eagles to win.
Oh no, I would take Kansas City.
You're betting on Mahomes.
I would take.
Please
Kansas
don't.
City.
I want to win.
Minus 120.
I want to win.
I think Mahomes gonna go 3P too.
All right. Well, we're gonna find out from Brian Edwards from VegasInsider.com. He is in New Orleans.
He is.
Is he going to the game?
No.
No. You're just hanging out.
He's just going to New Orleans.
You're just in the mix in New Orleans, Brian Edwards.
Something like that. I'm actually trying to leave now. I've been here since Wednesday. I did the Beau Rivage in Biloxi on Tuesday, and but now I'm getting out of Dodge.
Oh, okay. Was there tons of Super Bowl people down there around that area, or no?
Yeah, I had some work friends that I was meeting up with, a college buddy of mine I met up with, and I know some people in New Orleans that I met for drinks last night. And
do we need to go to the Beau Rivage sometime? I've never been there. Is it worth going to?
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, yeah, it's not, it's redneck Vegas, if you will. I mean, I go there to gamble and to concentrate on gambling. In other words,
I got you.
There's not going to be the eye candy. Not going to be the eye candy to distract you like in Vegas.
Yeah, right. But I like rednecks and I like Vegas, so. I mean,
there you go.
both of them entertain me. So.
Let's go to the Beau Rivage.
Sounds like we're booking a trip. Yeah, let's go. All right. So did you get all your bets down while you were at the Beau Rivage? What we got this week?
Yeah, so I like the over. That's my big play. You know how I've talked about through the years. I like to have a play that's my biggest that I'm going to sink or swim with. In other words, even if I go 0-5 on props, I'm going to win if my big play hits, and my big play is the over. Now, I do lean Kansas City, but I forget if we talked about this 2 weeks ago. I had a 30-1 ticket on the Commanders. So to hedge that, I bought the Eagles plus 200, and I did the exacta for the Eagles to beat the Chiefs at plus 425. So I kind of hedged out of that with some KC money line. So pretty much I'm going to win a little bit if the Eagles win because of the plus odds, but I'm not going to lose either way on the side. But the over is my big pick. Obviously, the Eagles scored 55 last time out, and the game with the Rams went over as well for 50 combined points. And that was in frigid conditions and snowy conditions for the Rams game, and both games very cold, and we're indoors here. And remember, 38-35 last time they met 2 years ago, and it went over, and that number was 51. It went over with 12:07 left on the Mahomes to Kadarius Toney touchdown pass.
All right, so it's right now I'm looking at it. It's 48.5. Are you fine with that?
Yeah. Oh, even better. Yeah. Some of my money's at 49. So yeah,
okay.
Much prefer 48.
48.5. And in fact, I see Kansas City's 1.5 now. Right? Has it been what it's? I think it moved. Right? Wasn't it at 1?
I thought most books were at 1. Yeah, most books were at 1 late yesterday and
I
early
thought it was
this morning.
1. I'm seeing 1.5 right now.
ESPN got it at exactly 1.
Interesting.
Okay.
I was starting to think the line was going to flip.
By the way, what
to the Eagles?
Here, help me out with this. Since you're, what is an octopus? What's an octopus?
Come on.
It's a,
I think that's when
you click on props, the first prop says, "Will there be an octopus?" What is an octopus? It says plus 1,400 yes, minus 4,000 no. So obviously, there being an octopus. What is an octopus in a football game? What does that mean?
When you score a touchdown, then the same player will immediately score a two-point conversion afterwards.
So the player has to score the touchdown and the 2-point conversion?
Yep, that's an octopus in football.
Oh, okay.
Learn something new every day, B.
How about that? Oh. So, the 8. The octopus. Yeah. An octopus has 8. Huh? Say what?
I can see that happening with Jaylen or Saquon.
You could see that happening with Jaylen or Saquon, yeah. And actually, it might not be the worst bet in the world.
Yeah.
All right, so you like the over in the game. You might put a little on Kansas City on the would you do spread or money line? The side, okay, side. And
money line. Money line, yeah.
What you got for props? You've been really good on first touchdowns over the years.
Yeah, I didn't really have one that I liked a whole lot. I mean, the ones that I liked were only like plus 600 or 700. So I don't really have one I'm recommending this year. But I do my favorite prop is Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown. I can't believe how cheap it is. It's in the like minus 10 to minus 120 range. And, he has scored a touchdown in 10 of the last 13 games he's played in, and it's 16 total touchdowns. And one of the 3 games he didn't score a touchdown was when he left late first quarter at Washington with the concussion. And I'll also mention that in the Super Bowl 2 years ago against the Chiefs, he had 70 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. So that's my favorite prop. Hurts anytime touchdown around minus 110 to minus 120.
All right, minus 110 to minus 120. Also, I'm looking right here. This is also a little surprising, right? The Hurts rushing yards is...
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, geez, man. 40 plus is not...
No.
That's minus 105.
Yeah.
Just 40? That seems like a low number, right? Am I crazy?
Very. He's had 37 or more.
Said he averages 42. He averages 42 yards.
Yeah.
So. Wow.
Yeah, so no, he only had 16 in the NFC Championship game, but I felt like he was, favoring that knee that he got banged up in the Rams game. Now he's had 2 weeks off. I think he's going to be more healthy and a more willing runner.
All right. So you like the over, you like Hurts anytime touchdown. Anything else you're going to hit this weekend?
Yeah, you can do Hurts to score a touchdown specifically in the first half, and it's in anywhere in the plus 200, the plus 220 range. And I also did a propfecta, which is just a parlay using props. I did a 3-legger with A.J. Brown over 70.5 receiving yards, Saquon over 112.5 rushing yards, and the Hurts anytime touchdown, and that pays around plus 432 odds.
Plus 432. So you got Saquon over 112, Brown over 70 and Hurts the touchdown. Is that right?
Yeah, and it's a hook on both of them. It's 70 and 1/2 with AJ and 112.5 with Saquon. Over.
I got you.
Yes.
All right. Well, man, you sure are taking a lot of Philly props to be liking the Chiefs.
Well, again, I'm just liking the over in offense for both teams. I feel like Mahomes, I feel like he's more balanced. Like he's just going to take what the defense gives him. So I don't know if he's going to go to Kelsey or if he's going to go to Hollywood Brown or he's going to hit the running backs.
Tell me,
I feel.
Brian, tell me if you like this one because I saw this one. Pacheco, rushing and receiving yards combined is 29.5.
No, it's not.
It was earlier this week.
What are you looking at? Goofyline.com?
Are you sure that's
not stupid ass? You look at this man. This man's on goofyline.com. What's wrong with you, bro?
Plus receiving yards.
You're out of your mind. Maybe 79.5. What's wrong with you, bro?
How much?
29.5. You need to get them eyeballs checked again.
28.5.
What?
That's like one
rush plus receiving yards over under. Isaiah Pacheco over under is 28.5. It says he averages 47.5.
Really?
Bro,
Kareem Hunt's is 53.5. Xavier Worthy's is 68.5. Saquon Barkley's is 130.5.
He'll get that with one run, Roser.
One
angry run is going to be, and we're going to be like, oh, look at Pacheco doing his Pacheco stuff.
Well, I would say over on that then, Roser.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pacheco's rushing yards over under is 21.5.
And rushing and receiving combined is 28.5.
So
it's
I haven't studied
it's minus 112.
I apologize, Roser. I stand corrected.
Yeah.
I thought you were looking at goofyline.com.
I'm not.
Me too.
I am not. I never look at goofyline.com anymore.
I'm the inventor.
Yeah. Gave it up.
Goofyline.com.
Said no more.
If you go look at who owns it on GoDaddy, it's Chris Vernon.
Yeah. I would say
I like that, Roser. Let's just bet on Pacheco over.
Brian, I know you have gone with AJ Brown props a ton this year. Like, dude, be careful with that.
He's reading a book.
Be careful.
Yeah, no, I haven't been on it as much.
It's not just that, dude. Go look at the Chiefs. Go look at the number one receivers against the Chiefs. Like, that is their goal. They shut down your number one receiver. That's what they go for.
Oh, Roser.
They shut down your number one receiver, and they try to shut down your running back. Like, when's the last time a guy had 100 yards rushing against the Chiefs, too?
I think they've only like given up.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Did you see McCaffrey had an amazing season last year. Dude, McCaffrey didn't do crap.
The thing I worry about too is, did you see that? Did you see that graph that Warren Sharp put up the other day about players under how guys performed under pressure, like when they have gotten pressured as a quarterback?
Oh, Hurts is terrible, right?
Bro, he was like 27th or 28th
yeah.
in like everything. But that graph was crazy. If you look at the graph, he's at the very bottom of all the metrics. And at the top, in fact, I saved it. I thought it was crazy. It was an unbelievable graph. It was like one of the things that stood out when I looked at it, I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy that Hurts is, so far down the list, like 27th or 28th in a lot of these different things. Except when you looked at the graph on the other end, it was exactly who you would think would be at the top. His splits when pressured versus clean are insane. Out of the 37 quarterbacks when pressured, he was 37th in success rate, 37th in expected pass attempt yards per attempt, 33rd in sack rate, 32nd in yards per attempt. That is out of 37 quarterbacks.
Sheesh.
And then when you look at that chart, what it shows, bro, and this would not surprise you, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Joe Burrow, it makes absolutely no difference.
Yeah.
If they are clean or if they're immune to pressure.
Yeah.
Whereas this guy, it's like he's awesome if it's a clean pocket. Mm-hmm. And as soon as you rush him, he turns like into the worst.
Yeah.
Into the worst. So
it's why they have an awesome offensive line.
But that's the worry. That defensive coordinator, Kansas City, like he sends out people from every angle.
Everywhere.
Yeah, next thing you know, you're friggin', some free safeties flying up off the corner at you.
Yeah. And Fangio could be awesome for Philly for their defense too. Like,
problem is, it's Mahomes.
It's Mahomes.
He's seen everything.
Ultimately, that's what it comes down to.
All right, so you like these Philly props, you like the over, and you like Hurts anytime touchdown. Anything else you want to mention, Brian?
Yeah, I love Missouri -2.5 at home to Texas A&M tomorrow in hoops. Missouri is 15-0 at home. They're in bounce back mode after covering but losing a close one at Tennessee, and they've only been single-digit home favorites 4 times. They're 4-0 against the spread. And I'll throw out another one. The odds for the game to go to overtime are 12-1. I'm not against a little small play on that. I mean, obviously we've got the spread as -1, so they're expecting a close game, and 12-1 odds. I'm not against that.
Man, I'll tell you this. We would love it here in Memphis if Missouri got that win over Texas A&M. Every time Missouri does, the better they do, the better it is for Memphis. That was one of Memphis's really good wins this year. So as that win keeps looking better and better, as good as Missouri's gotten this year.
Yeah, I actually made an 80-1 future bet on Missouri early this week, and I haven't looked at it the last day or two, but I doubt it got reduced much, even though they played well and covered, but they did lose to Tennessee, so I would guess it's still in the 70
Yeah, they went on that, man, right before that Tennessee game, which they barely lost.
Range.
Boy, they wore out the Mississippi teams. They beat Ole Miss, and then they just killed Mississippi State. That was crazy. They beat them like a drum. 27? They beat Mississippi State by 27.
Yeah, I had them plus 6.5 for that game. I was kicking myself all day for not doing any money line.
All right. So you got Missouri and college hoops against Texas A&M this weekend. All right. So the big one that you love for the Super Bowl is the over 48.5 between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. Ryan, we'll catch up with you soon. Thanks, brother.
Thanks, fellas. Y'all have a great weekend.
All right, bud. Brian Edwards of VegasInsider.com joining us on the show. It sounds like you guys are both with me as Mahomes fans this weekend. That's interesting.
I mean, loose on the Mahomes fan thing.
Yeah, loose on the fan thing.
Yeah, loose on the.
We ain't a fan. We ain't a fan. We ain't a fan.
You a fan.
You a fan. You a fan.
Hey, come to the Kermit side.
I'm definitely more excited.
Come to the Kermit side.
I'm definitely more excited for the halftime show. Way more excited for the halftime show.
I just want to see what happens at the halftime show, bro.
Yeah.
I want to see the whole. There's a section of America. I'll say y'all this. There's a section of America this weekend that's about to hear "Not Like Us" for the first time. Your dad.
My dad?
Your dad's going to hear "Not Like Us" for the first time.
My dad's going to read it on the screen.
Yeah.
It's going to be a section, bro, of a lot of people about to hear "Not Like Us" for the first time. And I want to see the reaction to the section of America that's never heard it before on the biggest stage of them all. I can't wait. I can't wait.
I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be. You think there's going to be people that are in shock and awe? I mean, that is a famous song, bro.
People ain't tapped in though, Vernon.
You
forget
so?
we live in this world where we all tapped in. It's some people that live, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got no Wi-Fi, but they watch Super Bowl. I'm excited.
I mean, the Super Bowl's watched by like 130 million people.
Yeah, my dad's going to be like...
when he reads A minor.
No, he's going to be like, why do they have this rap crap?
Yeah.
Right?
My mom's never heard Not Like Us before.
Yeah. Why do they have this rap?
Your mom's never heard Not Like Us?
Well, I mean, she has. It's played in the arena before, but like she doesn't know what it is.
He'd be like, people listen to this, and then there's going to be a... And then
he's going to close with that, right? He'll close with that,
and
right?
and then immediately he's going to be done, and my dad will still be complaining about Kendrick Lamar, and then he's going to be like, who watches this show? This show is still on, and it'll be an ad for The Masked Singer. He still is mortified.
He hates The Masked Singer.
He's never watched it, and it is... What's better is there's never been a promo or a commercial for The Masked Singer that my dad has not commented on. And I don't think he remembers that he comments on it. Every time it's pissing him off for a new time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I don't think, like, he obviously has some memory loss, but not like severe. I'm blessed that but he clearly, like, his collection of thoughts is not, but I feel like it is a Men in Black thing. Like he just forgets every day. He remembers all over again that there is a song that people sing in costumes and he hates it.
That is hilarious, bro. Why is this on TV?
Why? No, this is what he always says. I swear. He's in his wheelchair. He's got his goldfish. He's got a goldfish. He'll be eating his goldfish.
He eat the OG ones, by the way? Is it OG flavor?
Oh, straight saltine.
Okay.
And then, not cheddar. Okay. No, he wouldn't even eat those.
He doesn't eat the cheddar goldfish.
You could offer him, but he ain't eating that.
Plain goldfish?
Straight plain.
No flavor?
No flavor, bro. None.
That's like eating...
Straight
That's
goldfish.
like eating Cheerios out the box.
And he ain't putting it in chili, nothing.
No, he's just raw
straight,
dogging the goldfish.
Straight goldfish.
That's crazy.
Straight goldfish. You know who else loves them? My dog. They're salty. Anyways, he'll be sitting there eating his goldfish, whatever, and then the ad will come on, and he'll be sitting there, and he'll be like, "That show looks so dumb." They're like, bro, you have. I'm not kidding. My dad has told me The Masked Singer looks so dumb. Conservatively 35 times in the last 5. It's been on forever.
Yeah, let me see.
But it's like it's a new show. Every time the promo runs, it's like it's a new show.
It's been around for 7 years.
Yeah. But that's 7 years. And by the way, the Cowboys always play on Fox.
And there's season.
So we always get at least 2 promos a game.
And there's season 13, by the way.
And this Super Bowl's on Fox, and they're going to be like, stay tuned after the game. The season finale of the Massive.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh my God.
Oh, this again.
This show is still on the air. He thinks nothing is stupider than some big dragon singing a Neo song.
You know, I'm kind of with him on that. I've never watched The Masked Singer because I think it looks stupid.
The general concept is kind of stupid.
It's really stupid.
Then you gotta guess who's singing it. Like that's.
Who watches that show to keep it on? Like, seriously, who does watch that?
It is weird because you would think old people.
And I've never heard... I've never heard of anybody I don't know anybody that's ever watched that show.
What demo watches?
Hold on. This is a real good question with you guys.
Okay.
What would you think of someone if you guys start talking about TV and they'd be like, you know what if you asked them their favorite show and they were like, I love The Masked Singer, what would you think about that person?
They need some love.
You would think.
I would think they need some love. Or they just think like, are you okay?
I would think you are... God, you are basic as hell.
Yeah, if you enjoy that,
just tell you you like whatever television tells you to like
there
and
you
watch.
Go, Roger.
Like then you.
These are the people that have moved. They don't realize.
You loved Young Sheldon.
They don't. You better watch yourself. No, you're not doing that.
Or it may be.
You're not doing that one.
What Young Sheldon?
No, I won't do that one.
No.
I don't think it's.
My wife and daughter love Young Sheldon.
Dude, they watch the Masked Singer?
They watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
But it's like those people that still watch. I mean, there's still people that obviously watch America's Funniest Home Videos. I guess don't have YouTube.
No, you know what you like? No, if you like the Masked Singer,
how is it still around?
Yeah, how do you not see that video?
TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. How is this? Who is submitting these?
No, if you like the Masked Singer, then you liked like Mike and Molly.
Yeah,
remember
or like
that
3 Days Grace or some shit.
Well, hey. Whoa.
My bad.
So you know what? Maybe
they open for Shinedown.
Maybe we should give it a chance. None of us have ever watched it, so it's not. Maybe we're not being fair.
I mean, I think
it just looks stupid.
I think it looks stupid too.
And my dad has ruined it for me anyway.
I found the demo, Verno. The demographic that watches the Masked Singer, the biggest demo was 18 to 49.
I thought you were going to say losers.
18 to 49 is the demo, man. That's what they say.
Males? Females?
It didn't say
all people.
It doesn't say males or females.
Because 18 to 49, it's a
polymorphic.
It's a big ass demo.
It's 31 years right there. Like that's a lot.
It might come on.
It's a big
it
demo.
might get views because it might come on like the doctor's office and stuff. Or it comes on at night.
The doctor's offices are not open.
I'm just trying to
When was the
figure
last
out.
time you went to a doctor's office? They're not showing the mask.
You don't go to an emergency room and
what doctor?
turn on the mask singer.
What doctor are you going
No,
to?
'cause people used
Did
to
they
want-
get the mask singer on?
People used to wonder why like that show with Wayne Brady used to get views. What's that show? That show with Wayne Brady on CBS.
I don't know.
Is it still a deal or something?
Oh,
like that?
Let's Make a Deal?
Let's make a deal. Like that show, that like whatever, bro. But then you go to a doctor's office and it's always on. That's what I thought. I thought they were getting tapped in by the doctor's offices, but never mind.
Okay, I need to mention one other thing that's taking place this weekend that does matter because it mattered to me when I first was a very young reporter for the Memphis Grizzlies, and that is former Memphis Grizzlies Coach of the Year, Hubie Brown. Hubie Brown is 91 years old now, and the reason I'm bringing him up is because he is going to work his final game as a broadcaster this weekend.
Oh man,
That's
shout
it.
out Hubie, man. Shout out Hubie, man.
Hubie Brown and Mike Breen are going to work ABC's telecast of Sunday's game between the 76ers and the Bucks, where Brown got his first NBA opportunity as an assistant coach with the Bucks team that featured Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Oscar Robertson in 1972. He first got a college coaching job in 1968. I have told you over and over again, there's probably not 3 consecutive weeks that go by where I don't mention him at least once. I learned more about basketball as a young reporter who he was great to, covering that team in the short amount of time he was here than I have probably in the rest of the years combined. Way before analytics were ever a thing, Hubie Brown was talking about analytics and different and was a great coach for the Grizzlies and 91 years old. And you guys know I guess it was maybe about a couple months ago now, I told you how heartbreaking it was. One of my old friends was his son, Brendan Brown, who was a broadcaster for the New York Knicks as well. And Brendan suddenly died a couple months ago. And it was like a shock. I mean, he's a little older than me. And what I have learned since is, like, within the last 2 years, Hubie has lost his wife, his daughter, and his son. Wow. Hard.
Wow.
Hard.
Damn.
Hard. This has been a really hard go for Hubie over the course of the past couple of years. And so, anyways, 91 years old, still can broadcast. Being 91 and being able to broadcast an NBA game is amazing.
How fast it moves, bro.
And do you know, I remember one time we were talking and he was telling me about, it was the idea that people were saying he's so old. Concern for his health. Now think about how long ago that was. That's 20 years ago now, right? Yeah. And people were concerned about it. So like, why is this old man getting back into coaching? And he's too old, right? And I remember him telling me every year, this is even when he was a broadcaster for all those years, before he came back to the sidelines, right? When he was a broadcaster, he would go and the same physical, like the full blood work, every scan, everything physical that they would give for like an NBA player or any professional athlete or anything like that, he got that every single year of his life. I'll never forget him saying that. And he was like, so I am not, like, I know what condition I am in. I get it checked every single year. They check me and they tell me how old I actually, and he's still healthy at 91 years old, right? Yeah. But he always was very serious about that. He always so nothing was going to sneak up on Hubie Brown. He's very diligent about his health and about getting that physical every single year. And look at him, and I think it speaks to how he's sharp as a tack and able to keep going at 91, right? Yeah. Anything that you were doing wrong, you would be able to fix if you were doing that every year. I mean, I just remember thinking, wow, this guy is so much more responsible about his health, even at this advanced age, than I am.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But I think it speaks to why he's at 91 years old, going to be able to broadcast this weekend. But I'll miss him, man.
Yeah.
Amazing broadcaster. Obviously had an impact on me while he was here in Memphis, and I know it's been pretty tragic last couple of years, losing all these loved ones around him. But him and Mike Breen getting to do that call, I'll make sure to tune in on Sunday. And I don't think he's one of those guys. He's not going to be forgotten amongst NBA fans, and certainly not in Memphis. So it was a real moment in time. But anyway, congrats to him on an unbelievable career.
Nah, for real. I feel like every time I hear his voice on a broadcast, I learn something. So
right,
and every time.
Oh no, Hubie's
91 years old and still able to broadcast.
That's a blessing in itself, bro.
That's I mean, most people aren't alive at 91. Much less able to broadcast an NBA game.
Right.
1958.
And teach you something.
His first coaching job was in 1955.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible. So, anyways, that's going on this weekend, and I wanted to mention that before we got out of here. It's going to be a busy weekend. We got Smackdown in Memphis going on tonight. We got Smackdown in Memphis going on tomorrow night with the Grizzlies and the Thunder.
I know we normally don't do weekend games, Saturday games.
You trying to skydog it?
Should we got a SKYDOG for the Thunder game. It's a big
Hey,
game. We need to SKYDOG
Who
it.
got the hats? Who got the hats?
Big game.
Get the hats.
Did somebody
Get the hats.
Did somebody
Get the hats.
Big game.
Get the hats.
Did somebody say big
Where's the other one? Get the hats.
Dev, didn't you take it to your desk downstairs? Oh, no, it's there. It's there.
What's wrong with you, Roser?
There you go.
They not like us.
We
They
strapped
not like
up.
us. They not like 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 us. They not.
A big hat for a big game.
Damn right. Damn right, Roser.
All right. Go ahead. Pick your SKYDOG, brought to you by Wiseacre.
All right. But I don't think any of us got the last game. Monday.
I don't think so either.
I think all of our players,
Who
all
cares?
of our picks were not good.
Who cares? Who's going to show up big against the Oklahoma City Thunder on a Saturday night in Memphis, Tennessee, when it matters most?
Yeah. Big hats for a big game, Roser. Who you got? You go first.
Vince Williams.
Damn it.
Oh, wow.
Vince Williams.
He says Vince Williams is going to show
We
up.
got something for you, Merchant. Number 2. And this is just your number 2. Don't you wear number 2? Yeah. Merchant.
Yeah.
We got B-Dub.
Yeah, okay, Canadian Genuine. We got something for you, dog. We got something for you. I'm going to go with...
Wait, you're not going with Playmaker Jake?
Oh, come on.
They not like us. They not like us.
We're going V-Dub 5.
You're not like us.
V-Dub 5.
They call him A+, Roser. That's what they call him.
A+.
No, they call him A+. I'm going to go with... A+. I'm going to go with him. I think it's time. I'm going to go with the big dog in the middle. From Canada. Number 14, Zach Edey. That's the big dog. He ain't no puppy. She want a big dog.
Okay. Then I am going with a man who was once discarded on draft night by this very Thunder team.
Okay.
His name is Brandon Clark. Revenge game, Brandon Clark.
Oh, let's go.
They not like us. They not like us.
They not like us. I got the Timbs on too. I'm ready to stomp.
All right, so we got Brandon Clark.
We
got
wearing Timbs.
V-Dub. And we got who?
We got
Vince.
Zach Edey.
Vince, Zach Edey, and Brandon Clark.
This is for you. OKC Thunder.
Big hats for a big game. All right.
Let's go. We stomping on y'all's faces today. In the Timbs. You feel me?
Smackdown tonight, Smackdown tomorrow night, Smackdown Sunday.
Let's go.
It's a Smackdown weekend at FedEx Forum. 3 Smackdowns. First, tonight for WWE, then tomorrow night, Grizzlies Thunder, and then Sunday, the Memphis Tigers versus the Disgusting temple owls.
Nobody likes owls.
Nobody.
Yeah, that's the worst birds.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Yeah. Not like us weekend.
Yeah, come
we
on.
lit.
Hey, look, we're gonna have our guys this time around.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City, gonna make you our baby. All right, we're out of here.
Yeah, y'all enjoy those
All
weekends.
right, we'll be back Monday. Until then, we gone.